Hello folks, and welcome to another video by the Chippewa County Historical Society. We are on Sugar Island at the Finn Hall, which was built in about 1925, and have a lovely lady with us, Connie Pym, who knows a whole lot more about the Finn Hall than I do.
The Sugar Island Historical Preservation Society got started many years ago with the interest of preserving and taking care of Holy Angels Church. And this is on the National Register of Historic Places.
Where was that church, Connie?
This church is located on the North Channel area of the island in Payment, and it was built in the 1850s. And this model we have here is was in a parade on Ashman Street, and we're keeping it for future use and for people to see who don't have time to visit the church when they come here to see Finn Hall. The land for the hall was donated by a neighboring family. It belonged to Dewey Carlson, and he donated it to the Sugar Island Historical Society. And the use of the building at that time is the same as it is now. It's a place for gatherings and performances and meetings and sales. And so it was always rather empty, and it had benches around the edges, and it was used for community events. It was the biggest and best structure for community gathering. And the Finn Hall is similar to hundreds of them, I imagine, in North America built by Finnish immigrant communities. And this one is fortunately out of the way, and it was not ever changed. It doesn't even have electricity, which could be remedied. And we just like it the way it is, and it forms the center of our group of historic buildings. And this one represents the Finnish time on Sugar Island, which started in the 1920s. And there are other, our other buildings are from different times. And I think you can see behind the chapel here a Finnish sled that was used to move either people who are ill or somebody holding a baby, or even cargo on the winter snow when the people use skis to get around.
I spent a lot of time on Sugar Island over the years, but I was never in the Finn Hall when it was really being used as such by the people who originally built it. But behind what I'm looking at right now, behind Jason, who is shooting this video, is a stage. And a lot of productions went on there over the years. It was a typical evening of entertainment to have a little drama stage up there. Coffee, of course, and often dancing. And one thing that I was told about this place was that it had the best dance floor in the Eastern UP. Finns love to dance, and when it was built, they laid furring strips on the subfloor. And then the hardwood floor, which is still here, on top of those furring strips had a bit of a give to it, and supposedly that made for really nice dancing.
Well, if you could see what Finn Hall used to look like, you'd be pretty amazed what the volunteers have accomplished. They restored the floor, except for a few places where a porcupine has left tooth marks.
Right there.
Oh, and a mosquito. It wouldn't be real without a mosquito. And in this room, it has a metal interior, pressed metal. Some of it is patterned. It's still available today. And the ridged ceiling looks rather like boards, but it's metal. And it was always gray like it is, and the wainscoting was never painted. And it's finished here with the benches that people sat on when they came for different events. And we had a tree that fell on this hall, and it caused a hole to be water damaged. And one of our volunteers, Art Layton, restored the ceiling. It looks just beautiful. And because it rotted all the way through the floor, the water entered and went right out, and it didn't do other damage. And this building was used by Dewey Carlson, who donated it, as a storage building and a shop. He had furniture in here and lumber, and he used it himself for many years when it was boarded up. And we have original lamps hanging here, and we have a balcony where the women used to serve coffee and cakes. And I think people who drank beer might have gone out at various intermission times. So there was some drinking and dancing, and most likely political speech making and dramas. That was pretty well known here.
Connie mentioned earlier that the land on which this Finn Hall was built was donated by a family. And kind of looking ahead to another video that I intend to do, the family was the Kuusisto family, and Sylvia Kuusisto, who married Lawrence Hokkanen in the early 1930s, she and her husband went to Karelia, which was a province of the Soviet Union at the time in the 1930s. And so looking ahead to that other video, if you watch that one, you will hear a lot more about Sylvia Kuusisto Hokkanen.
So we're very happy to have this loom. It's a barn loom. It's a loom that was borrowed and shared by quite a few people. And it's called Grandma Lottie's Loom. And it has traveled with various people. We finally assembled it, it was brought back from Louisiana, where even a couple termites said hello. And what was typically woven here were rugs like this. And the Finnish people are really expert. This is such a fine rug. And this was given to us by Paul Juhela. And he said, Mrs. Mackey made this rug. So we are really looking for and collecting examples of weaving. Yeah. And we really need to finish restoring this, so we're glad to have it. The exterior of Finn Hall looks so fresh and beautiful, how it used to look when it was new. And it went through quite long periods of neglect, and we used the material that was here in the beginning, this green rolled roofing, which is rather hard to find nowadays, and it has big headed flat nails. And then the roof is red metal, and it had a red roof on it before. And the front of the building has red rolled roofing in the peak, and that was because of the political opinions of the Finns of that generation who used Finn Hall. They wanted red as their political color. Bernie, do you want to come to lunch?
Oh.
So if you'd like to sign right here,
Is that enough?
the universal Beamish Island, and we turn left at the ferry.
Where the R is.
Oh, now.
I'd like to ride with you guys again.
I had a flat tire right up here.
Biggest gravity turn in there, right here, turn right. Oh, this is the last schoolhouse on Sugar Island. It's called the Brasser School, and this is a really big project for a small group of people, and we have restored it as well as we could, which is pretty good. It's got wood siding here, and it has windows that are restored to its original measurements, and they're really wonderful just to see them. And the school at its other location was oriented so the morning sun came into the
yes.
room, and that would help keep it warm.
Sure.
And the interior has cedar wainscoting and a cedar ceiling and an office, and we found an appropriate bell to put in the bell tower. And this work was done by volunteers, by people having an afternoon out from the county jail, and hired workers. Burnett Construction did this really great work for us.
And didn't you say that the Amish did the windows?
I believe that the Amish did the
Yeah,
windows, and
that's interesting.
from not in this locality but out of town. I don't have that specifically.
We just came from lunch, senior lunch at the community center, and I was told there today that by a woman that my mother taught her in the Brasser School. And if she did, that's news to me, because I knew my mother taught mostly at the Beta-Wasi School. But the last teacher to teach in this school was a woman named June Boyer. The last classes taught on Sugar Island were about 1969, I think, and then the kids were bused up to the town. June Boyer was the last teacher, I believe.
The purpose of this gazebo is to give people a nice shady place to sit down, and also to read signage that tells the story of the beginnings of the Sioux tribe, which was here on Sugar Island, as far as I know. And we're in the process of having contribution of information from the tribe so that our story is accurately told. And so we have the story of the Finnish immigrant community, which was later, and the long history of the natives.
I understand when Finns bought a new piece of land, they built the sauna before they built the house.
Oh, another thing about the saunas is they were a very good, clean, and quiet place for a woman to have her children. So there are quite a few babies born in saunas. The excessive heat could also cause people to have heart attacks in saunas. That has occurred. I think Alan Swanson designed this wonderful outhouse. It's a major improvement, and he had help from people like Carl Kearns, Dave Bean, and maybe some others I don't know about, but it is excellent. It's built over a pumpable tank, and we're really proud of it.
Oh, I had coffee at that community center lunch today.